Yes, cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome to her private parts.
Thank you.
Where we talk about everything but our private parts.
Everything but our private parts. Please and thank you.
So,
this is good.
Right? What is your summer looking like? I know you have parties later on. I think you're meeting men's there.
Many dates. And by dates, I mean events and not encounters with the opposite sex.
You're not the only one. I have like so many girlfriends, myself included, who are single. Like we're out here. We're out here.
Look,
we out here, but we single.
Here, but we sipping single.
We'll sipping single.
I think I'm two-part in one step is getting out the house, right?
Okay.
Like outside of errands.
Yeah.
I mean, because that in itself can be hard. And I feel like, on the one hand, like sometimes it feels forced. And when I feel that it's forced, I feel it's best to just like not do it. I don't want to be somewhere and not want to be there. And I've been guilty of that in the past. So now I'm intentional about going out, and then I'm intentional about where I go, and just like the whole kind of like process of it all. And it's a challenge, but I've found that I've had some instances where it was productive. And
you did?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but it's a process. Like I feel like, oh boy, we don't even got the time, but I feel like the misconception is that like it's gonna be like a romantic comedy. Like I just walk outside and like trip on the sidewalk and drop all my stuff in my bag, and then someone comes along and he's just like, "Here you go, miss," and then you lock eyes and you're like, "Oh, like, do you wanna?" Yeah, and it's just like, no. I've seen like people say like we have a strategy for like everything else that we do, right? Like if we want that job, we have a strategy to get it. If we want those degrees, we have a strategy to get it. If anything else we want, a car, where we live, blah, 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 like we put the steps in place to get it. But then when it comes to relationships, it's just kind of like, and then I'm going to sit here and he's just going to like appear. And we feel like there's like, it's supposed to be like so organic that we don't put any work towards it. And work could literally just be like being thoughtful. Like, what am I looking for? Like, and what am I doing to like make those steps to get there? And where am I going to like put myself like on that path?
It sounds like work.
It is work, but I feel better about doing that kind of work. Like for me, like I'm glad when somebody's having something for their birthday, because I'm like, oh, thank God. Like I have an excuse.
I was doing that for a little bit.
I'll drink to that.
It didn't work. But I was like choosing locations after work in the city where I was like, okay, I'm going to go sit at the bar and have dinner by myself. Or I'm going to go to, like, I went to Lincoln Center, Jazz at Lincoln Center. I did a show by myself. I went to the bar after Dizzy Gillespie bar. I was like, kind of lingering in the lounge or whatever.
Okay, so you have been outside.
Yeah, but I've been outside, but I came back home alone. Nobody said nothing to me. I was speaking to the waiter, maybe the bartender, and I definitely spoke to the person who's telling me where to sit. That was it. I didn't talk to nobody else. So after a while, I gave up. And there was like one night, it was around Christmas time. I was like, oh, I'm going to go to a restaurant, and this time instead of sitting at the bar, because, I mean, you figure people are also sitting at the bar, right? But generally, people are with the other people. You know what I mean? And it's not all the time that you see a male come and sit in by the bar unless he's like really much older than me. And we're not doing that.
What's much older?
Well, like a couple of weeks ago, my girlfriend and I went out to eat, and then we went to the bar next door. Okay. And she and I were having a good old time. And then, like, maybe an hour afterwards, I was like, yo, who that man behind you? And she turned around and looked. The man was like 75 years old. Fat. Sitting by himself, just like chilling, sitting by himself. And I was like, well, who he with? But I was like, you know what? We don't want to know.
We don't want to know. typically prefer to date older.
Not 75?
But not, no.
Yeah. So the couple of times that I've seen like older men, they're like much older. I'm just like, please don't say
Yeah.
nothing to me. I'm just over here eating my
They
favorite
be wanting you to
wing.
say something.
I know.
I saw a man one time on the train. I think I lingered and stared a little too long. So he was just like, hey there. Hey. And I was just like, oh, you look like my dad. Like, that's why I was looking
Oh
at
my gosh.
But I wasn't paying it. I was like, man, that man looks exactly like my dad.
The recommendation is to go to the places where you enjoy, like,
Right.
you know, places that, like, if you're a person that goes to the museum, go to the museum. So
Right.
I have stuck to places that I enjoy. At this stage of life, you're going to find someone that has interests that maybe we do not share, but we need some kind of, some commonalities. Like,
no,
right?
for sure.
Like, first of all, I'm not trying to say I love to eat, because that's not a thing for me.
We could say that.
We can say that, but I like I like ambiance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like a nice little restaurant. I like a nice little plate of food. And I don't always drink, but sometimes, you know, a little libations is not a bad deal. So, you know, so I don't mind going to, like, a bunch of different restaurants, but it's kind of hard to go to a restaurant and think you're going to meet somebody there. You know what I mean?
A restaurant? No.
Right.
Lounge? Maybe.
I guess, but then eventually we got to come out of the lounge because that's not my thing either. Like the night that we went to Blue Note, that's a lounge. We meet anybody?
No. Well, no, we didn't. but that even doesn't count. I mean, that was like we were going to see a specific artist.
Yes, but that would be a shared commonality. This person likes that artist.
Okay,
we like that artist.
Okay, but this is the thing about shared interests, right? That's like me saying, like, well, I love cherry blossoms, so I'm just going to go to the cherry blossom festival. Like, okay, fine. You could totally go to the cherry blossom festival. Am I going to be seeing like an abundance of like single men skipping through there too? Like looking for women? Like probably not.
We don't want them skipping.
Well, first of all, we don't want them skipping. Don't skip up to me doing nothing talking about skip the And I'd be like, are you trying to ask me a question? Like, first of all, don't ever skip up on me. So that's one thing. If anyone wants to know how to holler.
You play around with dating apps. Are you like what? Listen, I have too.
Is that present or past tense?
Well, I mean,
like, I have been, yes.
Right now?
No. That's why it's like, are we talking present?
Well,
I am not on apps currently.
You're not on apps currently.
I'm not on apps.
Well,
currently.
I mean, I'm not either. I mean, the last time that I dated online, my mother asked me, she begged me to sign up on a dating app. And I was so surprised because, like, my family, very Jamaican. Nobody talks about relationship. If you have one, it's like, what do you want to know that for? Right. So we never talked about it. And one Christmas I went home and she was like, can you please sign up on this app? Please, Chastity.
Oh my gosh.
So I was like, no. And then I went home and I was like, all right, I'll sign up for 3 months. And it was $50.
We paying?
I was paying
$50.
$50.
A month?
A month. It was a lot. And I met a bunch of older white men. And then there was this one guy that I met who actually lived in the Bronx. He worked at a hospital.
I'm like, the Bronx alone?
In the Bronx. But he worked at the hospital, whatever. He was educated and he was half Native American.
Okay.
And he was giving me like Sun, Moves, and Stars and Wolfman and all that. And I was just like
Dances with Wolves?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. And I was just like, okay, that's your thing.
I just don't know anything.
I don't know anything about it. So I'm just like, this is a little too soon. Now, the other thing is like, the reason why I don't like the apps, and this is me. You know I'm private. So it's like, for me to sit down and write you a whole, like, a whole thing about my life, like, I'm not going to put that out there.
And this is like pre-Chat GPT. Yeah.
I did look at what other people were doing.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I don't need you to know where I work, what I do for a living. Like,
I don't tell.
I mean, I gave you my interests, and I didn't put in my height. But I know, like, that's a thing for men. But I didn't put in my height. But I only took pictures. I only took headshots. Okay. And this fool asked me for
full body,
honey.
Well, you know,
he
because
said,
if they did that to us, you already know.
But I don't remember if he had had full body shots, but I wasn't out there checking out like measurements and stuff like that. But the way that he asked me, Max, he said, is there a reason why you only put headshots? And I was like, why? And he was like, are you a paraplegic? How about you? What kind of person are you going to ask me if I'm paraplegic?
Because there's politics and there's rules.
No, hun.
Those are the rules of engagement.
I was just like, and he asked me for a full body shot. And
you didn't give him one.
I told him to send me his financial portfolio. You want a full body shot? I want to know that you're financially responsible.
Saw a guy on that only had like these, you would be.
I wouldn't think nothing.
You sure?
Facts. I'd be like, oh, he doesn't want to show the whole thing, just like me.
That means he's mysterious.
He's mysterious. He's just
absolutely
like me.
not. No.
I'm serious. I didn't think anything about it.
You didn't know the rules of engagement.
No, I didn't actually. I didn't think anything about it.
I mean, how long has catfishing been around? Like, you didn't think anything about like catfishing?
He had FaceTimed me. He FaceTimed me, so he knew that it was me.
He knew you were who you were.
Yes, he did.
But, because, I had one of those too, where someone was clearly catfishing me and like was like, oh, FaceTime, oh, I don't know, you know, I don't know what that is. Like, and I was just like, bruh. The last time I was on an app, I read, because I read, I'm a writer and a reader, and I read a profile. A guy was just like, I'm not going to give you money. Like, don't ask me for, like, please don't ask me for money. Like, please don't ask. No, I'm not going to say. And I was just like, are women really doing that? Like, are women really being like, like, can you, like, don't send me your cash app? Like, I'm not.
Men doing that to women.
I mean, I wouldn't do that. But I'm also like, I'm still not attracted to you, like, regardless.
What?
Well, I mean, I didn't swipe, but I was just kind of like, oh, I'm sorry, sir, but I hope you find what you're looking for. I hope you find a woman that won't ask you for money.
I don't know. I just don't think the apps are for me because I have no trust, and I don't know who you are. I would rather meet somebody in person.
On the one hand, like, I appreciate it. Like, these are guys that, like, our paths would have, like, never crossed. Okay. And, like, I kind of like that, right? Because it's like, the back in the day, like, theory would be like, well, the apps help me to be dating when I'm not dating, right? So it's like, if I'm live on an app right now, technically, like, somebody could be, like, swiping on me while we're talking right now. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of like, it was kind of like the multitasking of it all, right? Where it's just like, I could just be at home in my slippers on a Tuesday night just dating. Like, anyone that's, like, over a certain age now, like, on the apps, like, they seem to be playing. They seem to be, like, not looking for anything. At least the ones that I've been on. And I haven't been on all of them.
Wait, so are you saying that you're not finding men in the age range that you're looking for who also want to be in serious relationship?
Correct.
So they're looking for, like, hookups?
Yeah. They're not there for a long time. They're just there for a good time.
I feel like it's harder to meet somebody in the colder months. Because, like, who's really going outside?
It absolutely is. I feel like in the years that So I have a fall birthday. That's usually around the time where I would be like, all right, I got to get on an app because I'm not going anywhere. Yeah. It's cold. As much as I love, fall and mostly like for fall fashion and stuff like that. It's like, but then it's hard to like have the willpower to like want to go out. And then if you want to go out with other people, then that's like always a thing. So that's typically when and I think a lot of people probably, do the same. I feel like sometimes I'm very much in my like stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Yeah. So I never want to be like, oh, I'm going to my grandmother's 70th birthday. Ain't nobody gonna be there, So let me.
Who are you trying to meet?
But I think that's the thing. It's just like you just never know, right? And maybe that's like the romantic comedy side because it's just like, well, I'm there.
Okay.
So it's like, so somebody else's grandson, could pull up. People like friends back in the day would be like, you don't meet people at your church, and I'm like, no.
People think that's where you go to find a man. Men are not in the church. They're married if they're in the church.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's where a man goes to find a woman, maybe. Because single females will go to church.
That's kind of like
but not males.
Like the cliche.
Yeah,
right?
It's like, I'm not going to church ever to find a man.
Statistically, like most black churches are filled, like the ratio of like.
Well, I go to a mixed church.
To...
It's rare that any man.
Yeah.
No, those men that come into church.
Well, church in general, yeah.
Yeah,
but I mean, I guess I'm
females.
speaking like if you're looking, like if you're a black woman looking for a black man.
Don't go to church. No, I mean go to church, but just go to worship the Lord.
That's your PSA.
No. I mean go to church, but
that's your PSA.
I'm just saying.
Don't go to church.
Not to find no man. You go to church to worship the Lord and go home and be single.
To get closer to the
Lord.
Yeah, right. I'm going to find a man. I'm going
to find God. That's it.
That's
it.
The man.
Exactly.
Right.
You're not gonna find nothing.
Well,
God.
The man. Right.
I went to my friend's house a few weeks ago, and her husband, who was my age, he was just like, we were talking about the difficulty of trying to find somebody.
Yeah.
And he was just like, man, if I was single, I wouldn't know what to do either. I was just like, okay.
Well, and the ones that are, because I feel like there's like the married men that are really, really good at dating because they're married.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Like
who are they dating?
They're on apps.
Wait, sorry, what?
Yeah.
Wait, they're married men?
Absolutely.
On apps?
Yes.
Looking for women?
For single, yeah.
While they're married?
I mean, shocking, isn't it? A male content creator just like creeped up in like one of my like explore pages, and he was doing a reel about men talking about it's so hard to find like good women.
Well, that's what I was saying.
It's just like, how is that possible?
I don't even know. Like there's
like, where are y'all going? It's like they're on Avenue B and we're on Avenue A, crazy. And we're doing like
I really think men or women are having the same challenge. Where I'm seeing that like men are having like it's an epidemic of loneliness, and I'm just like, there are more women in the world. How y'all out here lonely, males?
Yeah.
How? So I think, I don't know, like, are we all just staying home? Is that what's really happening? Because you'll see men saying that, you know, they don't have an opportunity for sexual relationships or intimacy and wanting that desperately. And then women out here looking for men and we can't find them. So I'm just like, where do the two combust?
I thought that it was interesting that he said that, like, you know, a lot of men like in his age group are having those conversations, because I think like your first inclination would be like, y'all don't have no problem meeting nobody. Right. Like stop, like cut it out. Like like you don't know like I know. You know, like y'all don't have the struggles that like we do. But it also again gives hope that there are like-minded, you know, men out there. We just have to figure out like how we're gonna stop doing this, and I'm trying. Are you?
Mm-hmm. You know I'm stalking him. So I'm not stalking him, by the way, but I'm making it. You know, I'm being intentional.
But that's just one man. What about everybody else?
Well, I'm trying. I know, I really am. I'm trying, just in case. You know, I'm not putting all my eggs in one bucket.
I'm trying to at least be better about that and, like, not generalizing to be like, oh, you know, dating is whack, the apps is whack, men is whack, crack is whack. You know, just like crack is whack.
Crack, oh, yes. Did I say no?
Yeah, crack is absolutely
I don't
whack.
know. I wouldn't know.
Well, I wouldn't know, but Nippy said.
Nippy said?
The crack. Yeah, Nippy said crack was whack. You remember that?
No, I remember that. Okay.
Everybody remembers that.
Maybe he knew. I didn't know.
Nippy.
I know who Nippy is.
Everybody knows that she said that crack is.
Did she say that?
You know that.
I didn't know.
Go on YouTube and look it up.
Ooh, she said crack is whack. Oh my god.
Where you been?
I'm not on. I wasn't really watch. I don't watch stuff. Not that stuff.
That was on like television.
No, I just there's
That was
there's
like
years that I wasn't
TV,
watching
like
television.
pre-social media, probably.
That's hilarious. I'm sure I can find it on social media.
In any event,
We have 10 weeks left before it gets cold. So we have to be strategic in these last 10 weeks because I really don't want to be singing.
we don't want to be having this conversation.
No, I don't want to bring in the new year and be like,
So then,
alone again.
well, and I've never done this.
Yeah.
But I've heard people talk about going like networking your network, right?
Okay.
Being transparent and vulnerable. I know.
Oh, okay.
The T word and the V word,
Right.
right?
Clutching my pearls.
Right. I ain't wearing nothing but transparent.
Transparent and vulnerable to my network.
And vulnerable.
Oh, no.
And being like, look, but this is the thing, right? Like, if I'm looking for work, I am looking, for a different, career opportunity. I'm hitting up like church people, work, so like I'm networking the network, right?
Yeah.
And I don't have no problem doing that. Excuse me. I'm looking for a job. Like, I don't have no problem like screaming it for the rooftops. But then it's just like, if I want a relationship, I want to probably like, I don't want to be single no more. But it's like, that's the kind of thing.
Good point.
So I mean, again, I'm not saying like put out like a Facebook blast, but
I think this is it.
no, it's not.
This is not it?
This is
Because
not
I'm not
it.
saying that.
I'm not saying
And
it.
disclaimer, what I don't want
I'm not saying it either.
is
I was
anybody hitting me up in
suggesting-
the DMs, but
what I had said was
that I didn't invite you to.
What I had said was,
To be fair, the couples that I know that have been married, they've been married for a while.
yes.
So if they have single friends who they've been friends with, like most of my friends, I've had friends for over 10, 20 years.
Correct.
So if they have a friend who's a male who is single and has been single the entire duration of their relationship, someone
There
might not
a
be
reason.
right. I don't know.
Say like, me and you are like out and you like see a guy that like and then you introduce him to like another person.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah, I wanted to like hook y'all up, whatever. And I'm standing there like, yo, like, do I not need a hookup? Like, what was that? Like, how are you hooking up other people and not me?
Yeah.
And you know what they'll say? They'll be like, oh yeah, but he wasn't your type. And I'm like, I'm sorry. When did we have the conversation that I had a type? I think that I've hated that friends circles would assume that they know what my type is. I just hate that, like, he's like not your type when I know we haven't had like that conversation.
Yeah.
And
but
then
I
it's
also
just
hate
kind of
the
like,
ones that can assume what my type is and have a friend they want me to meet, and I'm already not interested.
so either way, like, it's just like a bad assumption.
Like.
You can always go to the gym.
Oh, girl, I've gone to the gym my entire life, and the only people I meet there is sleaze men. You mad?
Yeah, the sleaze is at the gym.
No. He always looking at some girl in her little.
I mean, I haven't either. I'm just throwing out options.
No, that's where they tell you to go.
In the spirit of accountability.
Yeah.
Because, I'm on the A team.
Okay.
I don't have nothing on me that says A, but symbolically,
Yes.
I'm on the A team because A stands for accountability.
Okay.
And we should strive to pursue some level of like dating interest in 10 weeks.
I'm
a lot
down.
can happen. Don't
I'm
put
down.
no limits on my guy.
Ah.
Okay,
I'm
let's
down.
put this drink down.
We're doing it.
Doing it.
10
10 weeks. Cheers. Woo.
Thanks for
We
tuning
did it,
in.
Joe. We did it.
You think you'll be meeting anyone at the party later on? Should I come by?
I don't believe so.
Okay, fine, fair.